Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. November 8th, 2021. I had some events that I witnessed this morning with Rhino Vision. I'm in this still. And I just documented my run in with this woman I've known since my childhood named Robin. And then I mentioned something about just now, I didn't mention to her, but I mentioned on my video recapture to Adonness that I'm trying to send to Adonness. I just don't have a precise IP address or Ethernet address that I'm aware of. The if in microbiology there are glass slides in actuality with it's a glass slide that has either some kind of oil immersion or some kind of sticky factor, saline perhaps, that you put microbiota or different things you want to examine in a small microscope, not large, perhaps about this size. Sometimes they're a little bit bigger, about that size. We're not talking electron microscopes, nothing like that. We're talking basic, not state of the art. So with a basic stage with light feature of one bulb and a basic oil immersion that they use in the local community college that I went to and attended, so I witnessed that that act, or that, I don't know how to say, that scene, if we're talking scenes of a movie in a per se, for my one cubit, or my one cubicle, being I'm panicking safely by myself with what I've experienced as it, amongst humans, as an alien in an alien nation, being totally alienated, where sometimes I have to trek out and exist amongst the humans, and there's some interaction, but then it's rare. But anyway, so now with that being said, I've gone into this classroom, I've witnessed the use of this microscope. It's like I've seen in a related field. It's called micro for a reason. MICRO. It's tiny, microscope. Then there's macro. That would be more like telescopic, like earthly, like the theoretical or supposed, because I haven't seen it, space station that orbits the Earth. That's macro, looking at the globe like it's a blood cell. So that's macro science. I'm at microscience, and then there's something called nanoscience, but whatever. Let's stick with micro and macro. That relation, when I talk about Hadron Collider for physics, that's at macro importance and macro scale of broken glass. But what's I've noticed, and the only way I can try to theoretically explain it in this hyperbolic nightmare, is of degrading pressure systems and my body deteriorating, is if I was looking at a microscope and if I tuned the stage too high to the ocular, not the ocular, but the magnifying piece, and I broke the glass with a specimen on the slide. That's kind of what happened in macro scale, is what I feel like. I'm a piece of time. I have hands of time. I have calendar pieces. I have clock pieces. I have a very legitimate story that was supposed to go to fix macro science things, but I've been stuck in micro importance in some area called State of New York, in something called United States of America, and I have no idea why. So now at CERN, concern level, if they're able to look at physics in a macroscope way as it relates to the nano or the microscope of our daily lives, to explain something that some people live in the world of, if I can't see it, I don't believe it. Great. All right. So if that's the case, there are macroscopic things that are broken that cannot always be shown, but there are some areas that have a little bit more power pull sway for that reason, to protect the microscopic biology from either interfering, getting in the way, or causing too much harm to, and further ruining or hurting the macroscopic whatever from being able to be fixed and repaired. That's where I'm at. That's the best explanation I could possibly come up with, in a kind of sort of but not really. And it's super important. I don't know how to panic safely and report it and then stay safe from the humans when there's protocols and procedures at every level that have been breached, but they broke the glass on the slide, on the stage of the microscope when they were looking through the ocular, and I don't know if they just tuned it up too high and broke it, like, I don't have no idea, but I know somewhere between macroscope and microscope there's an interrelated interspatial problem. And then there's something called a telescope, which is radiological, and that goes to the sky dome, but that's another piece, almost like a cabbage or an onion has layers of things which are important. I don't assign or scribe that to the artichoke that I use. That's something that's a different combination of things that I happen to try to be documenting in a personalized way, so as not to hurt myself, but to get the correct Adonness help, not hurt him, not hurt myself, since we are two different ends of the spectrum, it feels like, and I just have to figure out how to get myself from here to him and him to me, and quietly go repair whatever it is to keep whatever it is that still exists in correct order, or whatever it is. Let's think about this. So it's star 1978, star 8378. I'm just stuck right now somewhere in debris field over here. I can just feel myself floating like this inside here, but I'm not even in a full circle motion. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say C, because when I say C, then they put the two lines through and they think then the money-hungry children come out, and it becomes a problem. I don't know what kind of, it's not dollhouse money. Dollhouse money has an S with two electrical lines through it. I don't know which ones, the evil children of everywhere, I don't know what country they are, with the C with the two lines through it. I don't know what symbols they go by or what sounds they make. I'm not sure. Again, I've been alienated here, with very little movement.